nine, eight, seven, six, five, four, three, two. Are you ready?
Let's go, let's go, let's go. Welcome to day 4. We moving, family, we moving. All right, so today it's gonna be a quick class, nothing too long. But it's gonna be basic and but informal. So I advise you take notes because this simple lesson that I'm gonna go over today, you know, could make a big difference in your whole journey as becoming a market analyst, on these charts. So today, as you can see, we're gonna be talking about buy to sell candle. All right. So jumping right into it, a buy to sell candle is pretty much on an uptrend, pretty much the ending of an uptrend, which pretty much is a buy candle, right? Boom. Let me draw this up for you real quick. Change this to blue. There we go. And then the next candle, it could be body or bigger, but the point is right, right? For those who know about trading and candlestick, this is another name that these two candle together are called. And on moving forward in one of my classes, I'm gonna go over that those candles because I'm gonna do a brief candlestick training. But for this class right here, which is buy to sell, this is the pattern we're looking for, right? And then the next candles are more selling and so far and so forth, right? The point we're looking for, the candle we're looking for is these two right here, right? So the whole purpose of these candles working together is the fact when the market is coming up, where's my, when the market's coming up, and then right before it start changing direction, this area right here, we could use it as a potential sell opportunity when it give us, other confirmation, which, like I said, at the end of the 30 days, I will put it all together. But using different confirmation will give us an opportunity to look for sell. So pretty much what we're looking for, once I'm gonna use my Ghana box, we mark up from the wick to the wick. Sorry. We go wick to wick and stand it forward, right? So we're waiting for the breakout of the red candle. This is formed. We're looking for sell opportunity anywhere in the 25, 50, or 75, right? So we're just waiting for the candle to come back. We pull back into 25, 50, or even sometimes 75, But ideally, we want that nice 25 to 50 zone, and then we take the market for a sell, right? We take it right here to 50, a little bit above the highs, and take it down to one to
Hey,
two,
take a look.
1 to 2, or 1 to 3. Hey, if anybody's wondering if you heard that sound, that's my training alert going off for NZD USD. So pretty much this is how it works, right? So once again, the buy to sell is usually at the top of a trend. She giving us, you know, an opportunity to start looking. This is could be key, what key idea to look for buys. You know, I mean, not buy, sell. Sorry, sells, because the buyers are coming, pushing whatever they, all the power that they can, and then next candle, the sellers just took over. They just dominated the buyers, right? And then the next candle could be an opportunity, like I said, with other tools and other confirmation for us to come back in anywhere from the 25 to the 50% of the blue candle to for us to look potential sells, right? So let's go to the market and get a better idea how it is, right? So remember how I said that, okay, right here. Remember I said the market comes up, my blue candle, and then a red candle dropping, and then the other one, right? Now, so all we have to do is simply use our box. I like to use Ghana, mark it from high or low to high, and then all we're waiting for, let's say we have the 25, 50% above the high. I'm gonna use the previous one because it's a little bit more safer. And then take it down to at least 1 to 3, right? So we could see that right here is where market came back and gave us that opportunity to take it for a sell. And if you could see, family, 50%, the stop loss above the high, and a 3 to 1. Look at how price came up. It wicked our 50% and dropped down to our take profit. You see that? Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Enter wick entry right here, and then it dropped down to our target. A simple strategy just like that, buy to sell candle, could potentially make you take a good trade idea. Even this one right here, right before it. Well, what I said, we mark the wick to wick, and then extend it, right? And then this one right here, same concept. Let's use 50%. And then stop loss above the high. I'm gonna put it above the 0. And then 3 to 1. Risk to reward of 3 to 1. Meaning again, we are risking 1% of our account to make 3 times that, right? So this one right here missed our 50%. Where is this one? This one right here missed our 50%, but it hit our 25%, and right below I'm sorry, I'm looking at the wrong one. This one is the one we marked up, right? So we could see it came 3 times into our zone. It came into one here, and then one right there. You see how 25, 50, and this one almost came to the 75%, and then it tanked. So anywhere around these zone, like I said, 50% at least, 3 to 1. Look at how it came into our zone and dropped, family. You see how powerful it is learning certain strategies in the market and different outlooks could potentially give you good trade ideas. Now imagine putting all this together, the last today and the previous three classes, putting it together. Those are four confirmations. If all if all four works together and line up together with each other, that's a good trade to take because you have four confirmation. Not only one, not two, not three, but four confirmation that the market is either going to go for a sell or go for a buy. At the end of the day, the buy to sell candle is very simple, but also very powerful, right? You could also pretend analyze the future. You see how right here we have a buy, the last buy candle before it dropped. Let's mark it again, from wick to wick, and extend it. You know, did it came back up? Yes, it did. It came back up right over here. But it did took us out. Why? Because depending where you put your stop loss, 50%, right? Depending where you put your stop loss above the zero, it took you out. You see that? The market did take you out on this one. So it's also good knowing where you place your stop loss. You know, this was a 34 pip stop loss. A good generic number to let the market breathe is 50 pips. A good 50 pips. Oh, look, this one even hit 50 pips. Oh, interesting. GBP usually, we give it 50, 55 pips. Yep, 55 pips. That's 55 right there. And look, it came down. So, given placing a stop loss in an area that allows the market to breathe. What I mean breathe is give it time for it to do these type of moves, the wicks. Try to catch money. That's what those wicks are for. When you see market go up like that and then drop, they just collecting money. In my next class moving forward, I'm gonna talk about liquidity and how liquidities and also fake outs, how it works. So you need to give the market area for it to do these fake outs to catch liquidity, to catch the money. So, a good 55 pips stop loss, depending on your account size, is a good enough space for it to breathe. And look, at the end of the day, a 3-1 is still hit it, You put your entry at the 50%, you have a 55 pip stop loss. It didn't hit your stop loss, but it definitely hit your target, Even though the stop loss is bigger, but it gave you the opportunity to secure that money, So at the end of the day, knowing this simple way of attacking the market, right? The simple two candle sequence could potentially compound your account if you do it correctly. And you have to look for the right ones, obviously, And then to risk to reward, because we saw how, if we use the 50%, but we use above the swing high, it took us out. It took us out, right? But if we use proper risk management, it didn't take that much of our account because we follow proper risk management, right? 1 to 3% of our account, for beginners, I advise 1 or 2, until you get the hang of it and, become better at taking better trades with more confirmation to give you the better outcome. At the end of the day, like I say in all my classes, trading is analyzing the market to potentially have an outcome of series probabilities of trade setups. If you know, setups for sales or setup for trade buys. At the end of the day, the markets just give us different opportunities, and our job, our duty as a market analyst is to find the areas that is giving us the opportunity. It could be in the near future by using previous history, or somewhere in the current moment, it could give us some ideas. And to finish with this class, we could use. I'm just going to touch up on our first class, which those who've been following me know that our first class was the Head and Shoulder. A beautiful Head and Shoulder is qualified right here. Now we're just waiting for the market to come back up to our zone. Right here with the left shoulder. Boom. Name it. Regular head and shoulder. Boom. All we're waiting for now is for the market to come up and then drop. So what I'm going to do here is something that I keep saying in all my sessions, is set the alert, right? So right here on the right side, there's where my mouse is at. There's a plus sign. So here we see the pips. I mean the spread. It's 5.2 spread. That's a lot. Which I'm gonna go over that as well. But I like to put my alert a little bit below my zone, so when it goes over, it give me time to get on the charts and see what's going on. So right here it says add alert. Boom. Now that line popped up. Boom. This line right here popped up. You see it? And it says GBP AUD crossing. That's my alert line. So the moment that price come into this line, my alert is gonna go off, just like I did a few minutes ago for NZD USD. And I will know, okay, I'm in the zone to start looking for sales. So this is beautiful how I'm teaching about buy to sell candle today, and a head and shoulder is forming up. Another thing is buy to sell candle is mostly on an uptrend, but like I said, the buy to sell candle is also known as another name, and you could use that within the trend, which if your eyes are open and you're seeing it, we have one right here, which line up with our right shoulder, So if you mark it up, I'm gonna use a regular box from wick to wick and pass it. You see how they overlap in each other? That's double confirmation for a sell. That's good. And then you have the large red candle dropping. This is a good zone to look for sells. But we just don't take it right now. We give it an alert and wait till the market come up here, and and then you could take it down. Like I said, let's say if this is your entry right here, this is your stop loss. You want to do it above the high, and then 1 to 3, bring it down. 1 to 3 right there. Boom. That could be a potential trade idea, But we won't know for sure until price come back up here and give us more information by the time we come up here, So family, I'm gonna leave it with that today. Today we went over our buy to sell candle, and we actually finished with a potential sell opportunity in the near future, which is wonderful. But I want to leave you with this, back testing these 4 classes that I have done already, could help you get a step further and a step closer to your goals, At the end of the day, learning how to trade is not an overnight success. is a journey, but it's a journey that will not only when you master the skill set and the strategy, not only will compound your account, but it will also reveal to you who you are. You know, because a big part of trading is being patient and waiting for certain confirmation. You know, at the end of the day, it will show you things that you wasn't aware of yourself, and just by learning how to trade in the financial market, because there's so much discipline that comes to play when it comes to learning how to trade in the financial markets. And once you master that, your trading journey will get much fun. It will be more fun, and at the end of the day, you will grow. Just as your account will grow, you will grow, family. So, thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you for the love and support. Once again, hit the like button. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't, and hit the notification bell to stay alert of my videos when I drop them. So have a blessed day, and thank you, and have a good night, or good morning, or good afternoon, wherever you tune in from. Bye.